Greetings, all you heroes, villains, and vigilantes out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, coming at you with another My Hero Academia chapter review. This time is chapter 212, titled Successor, Continued. And we open with a nice little cover page with Uraraka looking very cute and innocent, just levitating her helmet. She has one glove off. She's dressed all up. It's this cozy little image that, something about it just kind of takes you in a little bit. And it really just displays the innate gentleness that just emanates from Uraraka. Even when she's acting all tough and stuff like that, her inner personality is a little more, I guess you could say, not so much volatile, but very hot-blooded to a certain degree. There's this gentleness that just emanates from her character, and I think that's because her design is so rounded in a lot of places, from her hairstyle to her body to even the little pads she has on her fingertips. But this also plays into what we see in the beginning of this chapter, which is basically a little more of an in-depth look at Uraraka's backstory, where we see that, we already know the fact that she wants to become a hero so she can earn enough money to support her family so they don't have to work as hard. But we see where that kind of stems from in the fact that, she has this memory of her father and mother looking very, worn down, basically. Bags under eyes, thinning of their, appearance. It's very obvious they were working very hard to support each other, really stressing through their lives to a certain degree. And, a lot of people tend to think that children don't pick up on what's going on in the lives of their parents, but at some point, for a lot of children, things just click and they realize that something is off. And so that was Uraraka, and she noticed that the only times that her parents were probably smiling the biggest, when they just had this sense of relief, was when a hero would make the scene and come in and rescue everyone. They'd be like, Uraraka, look, a hero. And, she loves seeing the happy faces of other people. And my god, like little child Uraraka beaming this gigantic, blinding smile of joy and happiness. It is the cutest thing in existence. Fight me about it. But she goes on to say it's just like she wanted to become a hero in order to kind of bring that same kind of relief and happiness to others. Not just to ease her parents' suffering. That definitely came in down the line, but she wanted to do that in order to bring the same amount of joy to other people. But, she also ended up thinking, when a hero's in trouble, who goes in and protects them? And, that's a very simple answer. That's why you have allies. Firefighters don't fight alone. They don't just go into a battle by themselves. It's just like, I'll take care of this all by myself. No, they have allies, friends, comrades. Even the strongest of heroes in this world, All Might, he had a sidekick in Night Eye. He had a mentors. He looks to Gran Torino even now in order to get some advice, or even I think it's Sugauchi, the detective. He's made it very known that they're close friends. DC Universe, Superman, but one of his best friends out there is Batman, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. He has people who support him, the Justice League, because he can't be everywhere at once. Hell, even in terms of Marvel, it's just like the Incredible Hulk, who is one of the strongest beings in existence. Even he had friends and allies who just helped him from time to time, like Rick Jones or Betty, stuff like that. So it's just like, it's a very common thing. That's how superhero teams are formed. Yeah, it's good to see our hero overcome the odds and become something greater than he could ever be before and just rise to new challenges. But sometimes just having those interactions between two characters can make all the difference to make them seem that much more human. So, my little tirade aside, we see Uraraka jump into the fray to try to, calm Deku down. But Deku says, I can't, I'm unable to. And it's very obvious he's stressing. And Uraraka can tell he's not doing this of his own free will. So, like we saw previously, she spots Shinso as just like, Shinso, use your brainwashing, stop Deku. And Shinso has this inner crisis where he doesn't know what to say or what to do. But, this is your moment of truth, Shinso. Say something, anything, that's all you have to do. Speak, shout to Midoriya, help him through this. And the fact that, he runs through everything he's gone through with Deku in his mind. How Deku kind of inspired him in a variety of different ways. And his want to become a greater hero. Deku is already a fantastic hero because he's inspired so many people. Even if Deku were to just stop being a hero here and now, he's had such an impact on so many people's lives that he will continue just to live on in the hearts and minds of various people. He's well on his path to becoming just like All Might. And so he shouts to Midoriya, hey Midoriya, let's fight again. And Deku struggles and says yes, and he freezes. I can't tell what exactly could have happened here, how exactly this works, but all this black, disgusting, sticky, destructive energy that's just coming out of his right arm. And why his right arm specifically, of all things? It's not like one for all just manifests only in his arm. It's the first place he ever had it manifest. Maybe that's what ties this all into each other. But everything just sucks back into his arm. And Deku, he goes inward. Like, we're talking really inward, to his very subconscious. Back to the plane of existence he saw before, where he saw the various previous holders of the power of One for All. And one of the dudes who kind of looks like Hellboy to a certain degree, just not with, if I had to say, he looks like Ron Perlman shaved bald with goggles. But he comes in and starts shouting at Deku. It's just like, dude, what are you doing? You're not alone in all of this. Your power, it's time for your power to truly manifest. And Deku's just like taken aback by all of this. He's just like, that power you have within you, that's not something that you can use anymore with just basic thoughts and a limited understanding. It's time for you to truly understand the power that you've been given. And he yells at him, it's just like, try harder, dude. Which is, honestly, this guy kind of reminds me of Frankie from One Piece. Yeah, there we go. He's Frankie from One Piece because he just has this kind of like, he feels like an uncle who's just like, here, I'm gonna sit you down and I'm gonna teach you what you need to know. Come on, and he just drags you by the arm, but it ends up being a fun time in general. But I like this guy, and if we're gonna see more of the successors, more of the previous holders of One for All, I'm very much glad for this, because Deku's power has gotten a little too under control, too subdued. There's not enough problems with it anymore. So having mentors come in, previous holders just come in and train up Deku to fully understand the power that he's been imbued with, that should be interesting. But that's where our chapter ends. And I can't wait to see more of this. What a great way to end 2018 in terms of My Hero Academia, with the revelation that the previous holders, not just the originator of One for All, but all the other previous holders are able to talk to Deku as well. That makes things a lot more interesting. It's very much like the Avatar state, now that I think about it, like Avatar The Last Airbender, where Aang would go in and just talk with his previous incarnations. So that's actually pretty cool. But there's this. I mean, it feels so obvious now because we've had this power that's been passed down from so many people. There's no way you could gain that and not have people's memories and influence and experience bestowed onto you as well. Hell, Attack on Titan's getting into that as well. So, it's just such an interesting direction that they're going with all this. But hey, I've rambled on enough. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this appearance of another previous holder of One for All? What kind of knowledge do you think he'll bestow upon Deku? What kind of power-up will Deku ultimately gain? Because All Might, apparently he has no real knowledge of anything like that. We never really saw, All Might do anything aside from just going in, punching stuff. Is there more different, interesting ways to use One for All? And hopefully this guy will really teach Deku something interesting. But, tell me what you think he might teach Deku in the comment section below. Are you happy with this turnout? Or do you think this will go in an interesting direction? Or were you more interested in seeing Deku just truly make this power his own, on his own, from here on out? He ultimately developed the shoot style because he felt he was going too much in terms of All Might's direction, so he wanted to go in his own. Again, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you liked what I had to say here, leave me a like. If you didn't like what I had to say, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I'm doing wrong in the comment section below, so that I might develop and grow for future videos. But until then, feel free to subscribe and for more My Hero Academia, and I will see you in 2019. Thanks for joining me.